Pocono this weekend. Just talk about the challenges coming on in. Always a fun track and interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Pocono. A lot of good memories here and interesting memories as well. And beautiful area. Probably one of my favorite places to come to as far as just the area around it. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
What's the toughest corner in your opinion?
Gosh, it really just depends on your car, right? I mean, there's been years that every corner's been the tough one, just depending on what your balance is and what you got in your car. And so, you try to find the best balance you can between the three of them, and know that it's probably going to be a bit of a compromise, but the best car is probably good at all of them.
How do you look at?
Elton Sawyer said that the drivers in all three series need to clean up restarts. They've gotten really sloppy, particularly with everybody laying back, and that NASCAR was going to communicate that this week. Do you agree that, having watched back any races, that things need to be policed a little bit better?
Yeah, it's a cycle. It's a cycle, and it happens all the time. They crack down on some rules, and everyone's like, oh, and they get scared to do it, and then you don't see a penalty for a few weeks, and all right, you pushed it, okay, you pushed it, everyone starts pushing it. Before you know it, everyone's laying back again, and then they're forced to make another call. So there just needs to be consistency in doing it every time. And restart calls, in their defense, are sometimes very obvious, and sometimes they're very hard to make the call because there's could be 2 or 3 things that happen to it, and sometimes you black flag the whole field at some of these restarts. So, yeah, it's what it is, but it's just a cycle that it seems like we go through once a year typically. It's probably close to that again.
How do you look at Richmond ahead?
My favorite track, probably, or one of them. We run really well there in the past. Usually in the top 5 here recently, especially with Paul's cars. They've been so strong there. So I hope to have that again. But it's a fun track as a driver because you have a lot of tire wear. You got to be smart about how you race the car. I enjoy that part of it a lot because it's not a hammer racetrack, where you just hammer down over and over, and there's no penalty for pushing too hard or slipping tires. And you gotta be a smart racer at Richmond. That's fun.
You look very young on the video of Piper Harvick saying she wears the fire suit. Did you watch that video? It was so damn cute, but there you are at the beginning. What do you make of it?
Well, I'm glad we figured it all out because honestly, so here's the thing: sometimes you grow up in front of everybody, and yeah, Kevin wrecked me that day, and I was mad about it. I probably shouldn't have brought his wife into the middle of it or made it that personal. But the fact that they made a joke out of it, now Kevin and I get along really well now, and to see his kids all involved, he just came over to our bus and gave us a donation to our foundation, the Joey Logano Foundation, and he gave the kids all the I wear the fire suit and the family T-shirts and all, and so it's become a fun joke between us now. I still regret saying it, but at least some good things came out of it. They raised a bunch of money for their foundation, and they paid it forward to us, so that's pretty special. That's
and
cool.
Do you have a child that's as much a Spitfire as Piper?
Oh, yeah, Jameson's that kid for sure, my middle one. He's a maniac, so yep. So it's there's a moment in time where you eat your words, and they don't taste real good.